in the price of shit. Match goes with a pump and the price of shit. Now test the fireball. Now test the fireball. It's right outside the door. The movie ran through me. The clever subdue me. The tabloid untie me. I'm empty. Please fill me. Mr. Record.
I was reading that Pitbull pretty much sold out Blossom last night.
Wow.
With Iggy Azalea. Good for him. I can never kind of tell. I'm not really on that Pitbull vibe, but I can never really tell if that guy's worn out his welcome or not.
He's one of those artists that he's been around forever and no one knows why.
Well, because he has worked with so many people. I think that's what it is too. That he's like so prolific that you hear him in so many people's songs.
But again, and I know this doesn't go far as like street cred or credibility. Like when he's a rapper, people classify him as a rapper. He's in the same category with
the best rapper that's ever rapped.
They put him in the same category as Flo Rida, and these guys are like commercial pop rappers. When a white girl or like a little pop artist that comes out with like a radio hit, they're like, who can we get that would just put a little flavor?
But also,
on this?
also Pitbull though has been very, very open about the fact that he is 1,000% for sale. So he's like, people want to work with me, cool, because the guy funds. He's like the LeBron of Miami or something.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr.
Remember when LeBron was the LeBron of Miami? Pitbull's
don't.
he funds schools and things. Like, this is a dude who makes a lot of money and kind of flies under the radar for people. You can't hate on the guy. Some people might think that he's kind of corny, but who cares, man?
Yeah, I think
There's a reason he took Iggy Azalea out with him. He's like, I need somebody that's going to make me look really hard.
Well, and then the
I
other
know.
thing, like,
Going to smoke this bee.
play a Pitbull song and try not to dance. Like if love him or not, his music is really catchy and really fun.
Yes,
Like, how do you not just get your little shoulders going? And
other than Fireball.
Got it.
Other than Fireball, what other song
I don't
has he
think I
had?
could name another song.
No. I'm not even saying. There's plenty of other Pitbull songs I can name, but none without a feature. Fireball was like his breakthrough hit in regards to having a song where it's just him on the record, no one else. Someone's usually always singing the chorus or has like a verse or, it's
Yeah, but
Pitbull
there's so many
featuring.
people that have that.
But especially Pitbull.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's on
Who
so
cares, yeah.
many songs. You know what song I heard the other day that I hadn't heard in a long time, but I really like, is Timber by Kesha.
I knew you were going to say that.
That was my walk-on music when I first started comedy.
We were coming back from the weekend in Michigan, and I'm punching around, and I land on some pop station, and they're playing Timber. And I go, man, I don't really care about Kesha, but I was like, that's a good song. Pitbull's in that song. He's in that goddamn Gasolina song, right?
He is?
No,
yeah,
Gasolina is
he's in it.
who's the guy who sings that? Is that Pitbull? No, I thought that was Petey.
Pitbull's in the song. It's Daddy Yankee. But
Daddy Yankee.
Pitbull's in it.
I
Because he's
love
in
Daddy
he's in
Yankee.
people's songs. He like dips in and then people go, hey, it's Mr. 405 or whatever. I wonder if he called himself Mr. 216 last night.
And then he's like,
Oh, he's
he
in the
has
330 though. So
he has countless songs with J-Lo. He has
Bill, you're saying that Blossom is in the 330?
yeah, that's right. It's in Cuyahoga Falls, which is actually the same city that the Funny Stop is in, and I'm going to be doing something there next weekend. Do you want to know
You're
what?
not doing anything.
I'm doing a comedy special there, September 2nd and 3rd.
For you.
Tickets at BillSquire.com.
You're going to call him Mr. 330.
Oh, yeah, Bill. Well, September 2nd, I'm performing at Sumter University in Sumter, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
So beat that.
Guys, out of all the forts I've performed at, this is the best. Pitbull didn't go on until 9:20, and I had a lot of people hitting me up and saying, hey, they ran out. I'm not sure why they're asking me if I had anything to do with it, but they said that they ran out of Bud Light Seltzer because that's another one of his endorsements.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know
Pitbull
that.
talks about, so he's probably up there like, gang, get Bud Light Seltzer, gang, you know,
Tastes like mine.
he works it in
a
there.
song called Fireball, and he's selling Bud Light Seltzer.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
how good he is. That's how good he is.
Impressive.
Chance of Iggy, as Iggy Azalea was on stage.
dude. I don't care what anybody says. Iggy Azalea is. I mean, she's not a good rapper, but
She's hot.
she's hot. Like she's.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said she wasn't hot.
I don't find her attractive.
Well, there you go.
Well, then
Yeah,
there
so
you
shut
go.
up, Bill. There you go. Right
Yeah,
there.
but he also who's the
Now I
Huckabee
like
lady?
as far as azaleas
Oh
go.
yeah, he liked that chick with the lazy eye who defended Trump. What's her name? Sarah Huckabee.
Sarah Huckabee.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
I'm sorry. Do you mean the future governor of Kentucky, or is she? What is she? The governor of Arkansas now?
I think Arkansas.
All right. Well, what do you want from me? I'm more of an Azalea Banks guy than an Iggy Azalea.
I do love a
guy.
good Azalea Banks. She's hot and
Hells
she can rap.
Yes.
She's the licorice bitch.
Iggy Azalea is not going to look my way. I'm a little too pale for her. But, listen, I saw an interview she did one time with James Franco. And I'll tell you what, I think it was a documentary. And she told everybody how she was Austrian. And he couldn't believe it. But, and we can sit back and go, ha ha. But you got to look at things from their perspective. Somebody who keeps going out there and keeps suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, right? How many times has she had to go out there and face people who just wanted to point and laugh? They were there. They bought tickets. But, so anyway, he practically sold out the thing last night out there at Blossom. So congratulations. But Mr. Worldwide was really out there and doing it. Don't stop the party.
I just want to go see a concert where you just do your version of all these songs and you just go.
It's called karaoke.
That's right.
No. I want him to have a full band, but then he's just doing this.
Mm-hmm. Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn. That's right.
That's a great song.
He's not in the original one of that. He just took the
No.
chorus and used it in
Yes,
something.
Mary, but you can confuse enough people.
Okay.
It's cross-generational.
Chingy!
The guy's 41, right? He could go up there and tell people he's chameleonaire, and half of them would believe him. Nothing wrong with that. 90 minutes this guy goes up there and does, right? Now, I'm sure everybody in Cleveland went to go get a beer when he started rapping in Spanish. Nevertheless, they had a good time. Hey, Renee,
Yes.
what's going on?
Love your show. Just heard that Bill Squire is going to be in Cuyahoga Falls. That's where my restaurant is. It's Divine Food Spirit Farm.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And wanted to offer him some free dinner, some drinks before or after a show, whatever he wants.
I think you're going to have to get in line, Renee, for all the people who are going to be offering one Bill Squire free food and drink when he storms
I'm
like
not
Pitbull
surprised.
into Cuyahoga Falls.
What's the
Maybe
restaurant?
so, maybe so. It's
Oh, she already told us, Bill, and
Oh.
unfortunately, I just couldn't hear what she said.
Oh,
But you
no.
know what? It's going to be a place where you can probably hang out and get some drinks or have a good time. Are you the proprietor, Renee, or are you like the
I am.
the CDC, or what are you over there?
I am the proprietor.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, she's proprieting all over Cuyahoga Falls. And, okay, well, there's something to remember. Thank you, Renee. That's very generous of you. Thank you. Gee, if only we knew the name of the place. Nevertheless.
Just send me an email, Renee. Bill at AlanCoxShow.com.
Bill's actually annoyed. He's like, yo, I want this free
I like
dinner.
free food. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in the business of free
gonna be
commercials
going-
on the show, Renee.
I know, but I'm going to be going down there
Very slick of you.
early to get all the cameras set up and then make sure everything's good. So go set the cameras up and then go have a little dinner at Renee's spot.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. And maybe you'll make a new friend in the process.
Well,
Alan
that's
Pitbull
not
is
part
not
of the
on
deal.
Gasolina. Of course, Pitbull is on Gasolina. Of course he is.
I'm
I'm sorry, you don't think that I know who's on Gasolina? Of course I do. Please, stop. all
Daddy
right?
Yankee went hard in like the early 2000s.
Daddy Yankee is a guy that I always forget is still around
He's great.
because he comes back every 10 years, has a massive hit, and then goes back underground.
But
and
he
people go,
has a massive
"Oh."
like mainstream America hit. I
That's
feel
what I'm
like he's a huge in Latin America.
Probably. Who cares?
But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Gasolina was Daddy Yankee, but Lil Jon was on it. Pitbull was on
I
it.
think you're right. Play the whole song.
Fine.
Play the whole
Everybody
song.
tell me I'm wrong
No, don't
when I
please.
know I'm right.
You don't need to play this song.
Play the entire song.
Nope.
So that way we can.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Oh, that was the remix.
I just said he's in the song. Oh, that was. By the way, never forget, and this is how serious it's gotten. There are some people who will poo-poo cancel culture. Never forget, you can get canceled even in the metaverse. You can even get canceled in the virtual world. They made a big deal about Capitol Records signing an AI-generated rapper. This thing that was a complete fabrication, right? Somebody did the voice. They paid some guy some money to do the voice. Did you see this?
No.
They had like 10 million followers on TikTok. And Capitol Records signed this rapper because they thought, well, if we could probably spend zero money on a person who doesn't exist, FN Mika was the name of this digital rapper, the first virtual artist signed by a brick and mortar record label, right? So they made a big deal about this. The very next day, dropped from the label because so many people crapped their pants. Between the people who said real live rappers can't get record deals, this person doesn't exist. It's basically an AI generated caricature of black people.
Yeah.
But he had 10 million, and that's all they care about. They go, oh my God, 10 million followers on TikTok. Let's put out an album by this thing that doesn't exist, but it's a real guy's voice. If you're going to stream the music, who cares if it's an actual person? I mean, 40 years ago, we had Milli Vanilli. You know, those were two real guys performing, but it wasn't their voices. I don't see how this is any different. But it was like the Chris Rock bit. Grand opening, grand closing. They signed him, big fanfare to Capitol Records. 48 hours later, we've decided to drop him.
I mean, isn't this what the Gorillas do, too? You ever see them?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not...
That's a cross-cultural band, though, too.
Yeah.
And their
That's not
avatars kind of represent each person in that band. So anyway, a bunch of groups got together and just bombarded. And listen, you can't blame them for dipping their toe in this. Everybody is. We got some goofy email this morning about how this company is finally setting up in the metaverse.
Like open to 24-hour
It's fine.
performance
I'm
venue.
just waiting for them to come to me and go, hey, do you want to? I'm going, nope.
You don't want to perform our show in the metaverse?
Well, of course
It's
I
like,
do.
Cody, we're giving you your own show finally at 30. And it's like, you get to perform in the metaverse.
You should absolutely do that.
From 10 to 2 every morning.
That's
Cody,
right.
That midday shift.
Yup.
It's the #1 show in the country.
From 2A to 3A in the metaverse. They're scooping up real estate in there.
Literally, before they were like, in your dreams. Now it's like, in your metaverse.
Capitol had already released FN Mika's, and this might be FN Mika. I don't know what it is. They released his first, boy, they got right to it right away. Hey, we signed him. People love this guy. Here's the song on the streamers. And then 24 hours later, it was gone. Because they're like, oh my God, this is going to be great. We're going to promote something that doesn't exist. We're just going to plug him into the, VR goggles and the metaverse and all this crap. So they were the first ones to try this, as far as I know. It didn't go so well for them, but they won't be the last.
No, and they just...
And if you're a real flesh and blood artist that's out there, trying to grind and get some recognition,
But
that's got to rub you the wrong way.
now, was the guy, the voice that they were using, was he writing the stuff, or is it like AI written?
No, I think somebody was writing and somebody was voicing it, but
Okay.
the character that you would see on TikTok was like, yeah, yo, look at this. You're never going to believe, that kind of thing. So they're like, really? But again, 10.3 million followers on TikTok. And for these record companies, they go, holy Christ.
So wait a minute. Were they confused? Did they think it was a real person?
No. They
based on-
knew what it was.
Okay. I was like, so maybe that's an out where they're like, oh,
No.
we just saw the followers and thought.
No, because it's all digitally rendered.
Yeah.
There's no part of this that's a real person and they're doing it. It looks like kind of this cyberpunk dude with like bright green braids and glowing eyes. And it's kind of a cool, like...
Avatar.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool avatar, but I mean, they were clearly trying to do something with it, and they won't be the last ones to try to do it.
I sent you some of his, basically his rise and fall.
Mm-hmm. His rise and fall, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what they rolled out there, and people they thought it was going to connect with the kids. because he was so radical.
Yeah.
And
it didn't.
yeah, it didn't really catch on.
Oh, man, that stinks. Let me put this in its proper place, and then I'll be able to listen to it.
He's very in your face.
He's what?
He's very in your face.
You know how I like that,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I like when things are in my face. Big fan of that.
Here it comes.
Yep, and here it comes. Any minute now. I'd say in, I don't know, 7 seconds. I mean, probably more like 3 or 4 seconds.
And bark. And bark. Woof, woof, woof.
Oh, Poochie. I remember this. It was called The Beagle Has Landed.
Yes.
Look, Squidgy, it's our new friend, Poochie. What's that name again? I forgot.
The name's Poochie D, and I rock the telly. I'm half Joe Camel and a third Fonzarelli.
A third.
Now, if only they had made FN Mika, and again,
A dog.
yeah, a third Fonzarelli.
A third Fonzarelli.
Again, if you are one of his 10 million TikTok followers, you got to get me hip to this.
I mean, if there's 10 million followers there is something. I could see why they would sign him, but I also don't, or sign it, whatever it is, or you're trying to acquire it.
Bring back the people we know. Give me some MC Scat Cat.
But what about, yeah,
He's in an animated retirement home somewhere.
What was the one palling around with Paula Abdul?
MC Scat Cat.
That Scat Cat?
Yes. Opposites attract. You also got to be careful before I move on from pop music because I'm so enthralled by this, and I think that this lady is so foxy because she'll make your head spin. She's still trying to figure herself out, which is crazy talented. One, Demetria Lovato.
Is that her real name?
Yeah, she's Greek,
Yes,
right?
that's
Oh, I didn't know.
No, she's Latina.
Demetria is a very Greek name.
Yes, but Lovato is a Latina name.
Well, whatever. Nevertheless, they asked her if she had any regrets, and she said, yeah, I wish I hadn't made 3 documentaries about myself in my 20s. And listen,
All about being sober, too.
you're just trying to feed the beast, right? I mean, you're finding your way in the world. Sometimes that takes everything you've got. And, taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot, Mary.
It would.
Sometimes you just want to get away.
Hold up. Wait, this sounds.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
This past Saturday, she turned 30. Little Demi is older than our little Poundcake. So she turned 30, and at that point, I think a lot of people reflect on the prior decade, and so she was having a conversation for people who still read AP, Alternative Press. Speaking of Poundcake, we sent him to the AP Music Awards many years ago, and he was out there with bells on. But they talked to Demi Lovato in the new AP, and she said that she regrets having done 3 documentaries about herself in the course of a decade. She did, of course, Stay Strong in 2012. 2017, she did Simply Complicated. And in 2021, she did Dancing with the Devil.
I somehow missed all 3.
Me too. Where
So
were these
did I.
released?
But now I want to watch these. Huh?
Where were they? Like streams or YouTube or
Probably her living room.
So-
I don't know. I mean, they were, yeah.
No, like where can you view that?
probably streaming or YouTube or something. Or,
I
yeah.
saw the Simply Complicated one. That was like right after she relapsed, and that is on YouTube TV. The Dancing with the Devil was, oh wow, this bitch is like blind in one eye and got like brain damage. So that was on Netflix. That got a little bigger. Dancing with the Devil.
Just keep giving me nude Vanity Fair photo shoots. I know she's complicated. I know that.
So is
Avril Lavigne told me about it. 78 minutes long. So over the course of a 10-year span, she's basically cranked out about 4 hours worth of documentary on herself. She revealed that in the first documentary, She was on cocaine while being interviewed about her sobriety. That's what I want to watch. A girl who tells you about that down the road.
She's not going to say it then.
Was it, how do you feel about your sobriety? I feel really good, except I'm coked up right now. Can we cut that out? Don't put that in there, please.
I mean, according to Mary's logic,
Not Mary's logic.
But Mary
the
said,
actual definition.
Mary said that being sober was just
according to
sober
the
of
Funk
alcohol.
and Wagnalls rendering of the word logic.
So technically, she's sober.
Who is?
Demi Lovato. If she is,
That is true.
if
She
wasn't
was
drunk.
not drinking alcohol. That's true.
She's like, you didn't ask me if I was high. I'm high
I'm not
right now.
clean.
Yeah,
Sober,
okay,
though.
well, definition.
My eyes were like saucers. Okay, I got to take a break. Want to go see I Prevail from Detroit, Michigan. They're headlining a show with Pierce the Veil, Fit for a King, and some other bands, too. They're going to play the Agora on November the 11th. If you want to go, I got a couple of tickets for you after this break. So be here for those. 35192 to text for anything else, and we'll be back.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere.